All right, this is John Kohler with DiscountJuicers.com. Today we have the Cadillac of juicers here. This is the Cadillac of juicers. It's a Cadillac of centrifugal ejection juicers. This is the Omega 4000 juicer. Now, why is it the Cadillac? Well, it's been out for a long time. It has a 15-year warranty, which is one of the longest warranties in the industry. It works really well, has a nice large pulp catch container, larger than most other juicers in this category. Has a nice larger feed chute, works really well, runs at 5,200 RPMs. So let's go ahead and show you how to assemble and disassemble the unit first. So we're going to basically take it apart, and so you have your pusher, and you never want to push anything into the juicer other than the pusher. You don't want to put your fingers or knives or forks or spatulas or anything like that. Basically, to take this juicer apart, you want to literally unsnap the latch arms and then pull them to the side, and the top's going to come off. You can put that to the side there. And then what you'll see is you have a bowl, or the blade and basket assembly. And this blade and basket assembly is held on by a little finger nut that you want to undo right there. And this bowl and basket assembly literally weigh 1 pound. This is heavy duty stuff here. This is 100% stainless steel. The one thing I like about this is that the blade and screen assembly are two separate parts. So should your blade get dull, you can just replace the blade. A lot of machines have this as one whole assembly, so when your blade gets dull, you need to chuck this whole thing and get the whole piece. Well, with Omega, you can just get the blade when that wears out. The other thing that's really nice is that this whole assembly is all stainless steel. Will not rust. A lot of juicers basically have plastic framed with stainless steel, or they'll have a plastic bottom. This is all stainless steel. The other thing that's really nice with the Omega juicer is that this collar here is removable. One of the big problems I've seen with other juicers is that this collar is stationary, and then to clean underneath this rim where all that juice will get flung out and it gets stuck, you'll never be able to 100% get it clean because it's not removable and you can't just get under there. Well, Omega has solved that with a removable rim. You can take that off and you'll be able to clean both pieces really easily. The other feature that this juicer has is basically an anti-splash guard. So the anti-splash guard is right here on the machine, and it prevents the juice from coming out splashing that much. So it's really easy to assemble, and before I tell you how to assemble, I want to tell you about one of the safety features on this machine. There's basically a built-in safety switch on the side of the machine. So if you don't have the machine assembled, like I'm turning it on right now, it doesn't come on because it's not assembled. And the other feature that's really nice about this machine that is unlike on any other centrifugal ejection style juicer is there's a reset button on the bottom. So if you overload the juicer, it basically pops out this reset button, and then basically all you need to do is turn it over, press the button in, and you can continue juicing. A lot of the juicers don't have this feature. So we're basically, to assemble it, you put the juicer down there. You're going to basically put the bowl assembly on, and you want to line up the bowl assembly spout with this indentation in the main body housing. Put that on. You're then going to put this top collar piece on, and the collar has an indentation right here. And this indentation needs to be right where the spout is. So we're going to line that up there, push that into place. Then we're going to take the screen and blade assembly and put that on there and line that up, and then drop that into place on top of the motor. It lines up. Then we're going to take the thumb screw here, and we're going to basically screw that on. Now, you don't want to screw it on too tight, and you don't want to screw it on too loose. Just tighten up till it makes contact, and maybe about another half turn is quite good. So finger tight is quite fine. Once you do that, you're going to take the top, put the top on, line the top up with a little notch here. It says front on the top of this. You're going to line it up where the spout comes out, put that on, and then you're going to take the latch arms and put them on top and latch it down. Now, if these don't latch on easily, if they latch on with some force, it's possible that you don't have this assembled correctly, and you don't want to press down on this too much because what will happen is you'll break your latch arms. Once this is assembled correctly, you will be able to turn it on. If it's not assembled correctly, you will not be able to turn it on. The next thing I'd recommend every time you juice is that you want to take a plastic bag, like the bag you get your produce in. And you're going to take that and put it in the pulp catch bin, and this makes cleanup much, much easier, especially when you're juicing something like orange carrots. Orange carrots will stain this nice white plastic, but if you put this plastic bag in here, it'll make it a lot easier to clean. So we're going to put that behind the juicer. And now we are ready to juice. So with the Omega 4000 juicer, this is a centrifugal ejection style juicer. This kind of juicer is basically optimized for juicing things like carrots, cucumbers, celery, and apples. And even things like pineapple, it's going to do fairly well. But other things like collard greens, it's not going to juice collard greens the best. So if you want to juice a lot of collard greens, I'd recommend getting a different kind of juicer, such as a single auger style juicer, or the Omega 8000 series, or the Omega Vert series, which is going to do a lot better on the leaves than this juicer. But this juice is a great juicer for somebody just getting into juicing. This is the style of juice that actually I first purchased when I got into juicing. It's really easy to use and to clean. And when you're cleaning it, what I'd recommend doing is getting a nylon bristle brush instead of a dish sponge, and you want to just basically brush out all the areas of the juicer. This especially makes cleaning the screen quite easy. So first today we're going to juice pineapples, and let's show you how easy it is to juice pineapples. Pineapple juice is so delicious. Pineapples are rich in bromelain, an enzyme, really good for us. This juicer runs at 5,200 RPM, so it's relatively quiet compared to other juicers on the market. And literally, you just take the pineapple, and you could juice the core of the pineapple actually. Put that in there and push that down. And the pineapple juice you're going to get is not like the pineapple juice you're going to buy in the store. It's nice and frothy and really rich tasting. And remember, when you make your own juices at home, you're going to have all the nutrition and vitality and enzymes. And when you buy the store-bought juices, it's just you're not drinking the same thing. It's been pasteurized, it loses some of the nutrition, and the fresh stuff tastes so much better. And when you're feeding the produce into the juicer, you don't want to just cram it in really fast. You want to just let it go at a nice slow pace. That way you're going to basically get a higher yield. If you cram things through there, it's going to try to shred and eject the juice, and you're not going to get as high of a yield. And just take your time, you know, we have nothing but time. And look at that, I've juiced one whole pineapple, and look at all this juice. We have almost 32 ounces of juice from one pineapple. It's totally amazing in the Omega 4000 juicer. So we're going to go ahead and turn this off, and now we're going to switch it up. I actually prefer to juice my vegetables and eat most of my fruits, or blend most of my fruits, and I'd recommend for you to do the same. But look at all that pineapple juice. That's going to be so good. Maybe I'll drink some of it now. That's really good. So we're going to go ahead and change this up really quick. Now we're going to make a vegetable-based juice. So when I juice vegetables, I like to juice things such as carrots, celery, and cucumbers. And then we're going to go ahead and put some apples in there, make it taste sweeter. And we're going to put some collard greens in there too. So let's go ahead and turn the juicer on. And we'll start out by juicing some cucumbers. So let's go ahead and put a cucumber in there. I'll put some celery in there. Now when you're juicing the celery, you want to remove most of the leaves, unless you like to drink a bitter juice. The leaves are where the bitterness comes from, so I tend to take off a lot of the leaves off the celery. You don't have to, I mean they're completely edible, but it's going to make things maybe not taste quite as good. Celery is full of electrolytes, so I recommend juicing celery. I tend to make my juice bases out of celery and or cucumbers, and I don't juice a whole lot of carrots these days myself. But carrots are perfectly good for you. So now we're going to juice some collards. I usually like to wrap this up tight and then feed it into the juicer. And leafy greens can be a little bit difficult to juice, so when you put them in there, you don't want to shove them in. You definitely want to take your time with this and push them in a little bit at a time. And you can see the juice coming out. Dark, rich, green juice. Really good for us. The green comes from the chlorophyll. Now we're going to juice some apples. It's always good to definitely juice at least 1 or 2 apples in your juice. It's going to make it nice and sweet, especially if you're not used to juicing. Alright, so that's how easy it is to juice with the Omega 4000 juicer. Once again, it runs at 5,200 RPMs, has a 15-year warranty, which is the longest warranty on any centrifugal ejection style juicer. In my opinion, this is the Cadillac of centrifugal ejection style juicers. So we just made pineapple and carrot, celery, apple, cucumber juice, and it's just so easy. So with that, this is John Kohler with DiscountJuicers.com to your health, and be sure to visit DiscountJuicers.com/YouTube for special promotional offers for our YouTube visitors. Woo!
That was a good one.
Yeah.
That was 11. I could edit that down.
That was 11 minutes?
Well, actually, no, 11's fine, actually.